Hello again, I'm Dr. Terry Vasquez, and right now I'm about to take some questions from all of you, and you are all engineers. And I usually like to ask questions, but today I will take questions from you because I believe it would be important for you to think about as engineers and managers and effective employees in a company, because some companies will train you but will not tell you exactly how to behave in the company and how to do the job and all of that. So I'm open for questioning.
What are the benefits of teamwork?
The benefits of teamwork, that's a great. First of all, increased productivity, better customer satisfaction, and employees they get to work together, because when employees work together as a team, they work on projects and they actually take pride of what they do. So companies actually struggle to form teams in different departments or divisions, because companies know that the more teams or effective teams they have, the more productivity they can get. They can increase sales, they can decrease payroll, they can comply with those customer orders on time, and so forth. So companies are always looking into creating teams. So there are many benefits. It's a great question. Yes.
What can the manager do when one employee goes to work late all the time?
Well, talking about management, time management is really, really important, not only for managers but also employees. Because what happens is, if an employee goes to work late every day, that employee can have a negative impact on other employees and also on the company, and most importantly on the customers, because customers sometimes can get those orders delayed if an employee doesn't show up to work on time. What can a manager do? Very simple. Talk to the employee first to find out exactly what is going on. Probably if the employee doesn't have a reliable mode of transportation, probably the employee may have been going through a difficult time, and just talk to the employee first and mention the importance of being on time, because it's all about helping the company to satisfy customers, that the company can generate more revenue and you can keep your job as an employee. Just explain that to the employee. Just make all the connections. You can even talk about the unemployment rate in the country or the state taking place, and what could happen if I have to let you go or to fire you. So just be on time. Talk to the employee. If the employee continues to do so, then you need to have a policy in place in the company, and you start writing the employee one time up, and second time, third time. Most companies, most managers do not allow more than 3 strikes before they fire an employee who is constantly late, because that employee is bringing negativity into the workplace. Those employees who are always on time will start questioning what is going on. We are always on time, and so is always late. What is going on? And so forth. Okay? Yes.
What can a company to do keep its employees?
Well, that's a wonderful question. What can a company do to keep its employees?
Yes.
To work with them, to provide good benefits. But first, what the company should do, because it is like when someone is sick. If someone is not feeling well, the person is gonna seek medical attention just to determine whether a symptom is going to be healed before it evolves. What the company should do, first of all, is to hire employees who have long-term goals, employees that have long-term visions, and employees that are qualified for the job, employees that are interested. A company should not be hiring let's say an employee who specializes in one particular area probably will not be so interested in working in a department of an industry that he or she is unfamiliar with. So it will be difficult for the company to keep an employee like that. But the best way to keep employees is basically it starts with the selection process, hiring process. That's the key. But to hire great employees, you need to have great, effective managers. That's the key. Now, the upper level management doesn't hire great department managers, then the company can run into trouble. Okay?
What can the manager do when an employee doesn't want to participate in training?
Training, as I mentioned before, is an ongoing process, and that is a wonderful question because sometimes an employee will think that he or she knows everything and will be unwilling or reluctant to participate on training. What a manager can do is to talk to that employee separately and to talk about those benefits of training, because training creates benefits to employees, new skills employees will get. But if a particular employee refuses to do so, you know what strategy a manager can do? It's very simple. Make the employee the trainer. Put the employee to conduct training, the employee will show up. Pay probably offer some bonus or something, an incentive, and the employee will show up. There was a case where some employees in a big company didn't want to participate in training because they were saying, we have been here for 10, 15 years, so we know everything, and why should we waste our time training? But those employees didn't realize that company was paying them during training, because in the United States and in most countries, a manager cannot have employees on the clock without paying them because it is against the law. And the company can get in big trouble for that, and the manager too. So what the company did was the company went and ended up promoting some of those employees, made them supervisors. Now supervisors were in charge of conducting training. So that problem was solved easily because those supervisors, they were responsible. They needed to respond to upper level managers. So there are many things a manager can do to get an employee to participate in training without going through a lot of issues. But yes, you will find those employees sometimes they think they know it all, and it doesn't matter if it's new technology, that technology changing like the time, right? 2 minutes ago, gone. Technology is now present, or the technology that was available, let's say 5 or 6 months ago, is now obsolete. So depending on the company, and most companies nowadays deal with technology, it is important for an employee to understand the importance of training. But it is also how a manager communicates with that particular employee. Because remember one thing, if the manager explains that probably by not participating, the manager will have to replace that employee, then remember one thing. Something that is rewarded is likely to be repeated, but something that is not rewarded, taking away, is unlikely to occur. Talk about that, and the employee hopefully will get on board. And that's what you do. But you don't fire the employee right away. Just work with the employee. That's what you do. Okay. Thank you.